Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Gaming and Collectibles. And today we're looking at something that's now quite old, becoming more and more difficult to find. We are looking at the 2000 release by Lado from their Enid Blyton's Noddy In Toyland series of die-cast miniature models with the figures. And this particular one we're looking at today is of Mr Milko, the milkman, together with his milk van. And obviously these were all based on the television series Noddy's Toyland Adventures. Okay, so this is the box in front of us, and the top left hand corner you can see you've got an image of Noddy, and it says Noddy In Toyland, and you've got Lado the collector's choice, and it says from 3 years, and at the bottom you can see it says Blyton's Toyland, and you've got images of Noddy and his friends sitting on the train. Okay, that's the front of the box. Let's just turn the box round to the back and let's see what we got on the back. Okay, so it gives us all the other models in the same series. So we have got Mr Plod's police car. We've got Noddy's car. Obviously, Mr Plod's police car comes complete with PC Plod, together with a cell in the back with Gobbo in the back. Noddy's car with Noddy figure. Mr Milko's milk van with Mr Milko figure, which is what this one is. Toyland fire engine complete with big ears. Mr Spark's pickup truck with Mr Spark the mechanic, and Gobbo's car with Gobbo and his swag bag in the back. You got the image of Noddy at the top left hand corner. It says Toyland cars, and it says collect the set. And at the very bottom again you've got Blyton's Toyland. And if I just turn the box around to the side, it says Toyland cars, die-cast models, and Blyton's Toyland again. And I think it's the same on the other side. Yeah, Toyland cars, die-cast models, Blyton's Toyland. Okay, so that is the box. What I'm going to do now actually is I'm going to open this up, take it out, and let's have a look at the model out of the box, I think. Okay, so I've removed the model from the box, and this is how it comes. So you've got this plastic sheet which sits over the top of it, which I'm just going to remove that off. And then you can see you've got Mr Milko there, and he's sitting on the display plinth. There is a band that held the milk bottles on, but that has snapped, I'm afraid. So I'm just going to throw that to one side. But that's his milk bottles in the back. And there's Mr Milko sitting on the driver's seat holding a bottle of milk, and you've got this lovely display plinth which shows Mr Milko walking along delivering milk with Noddy and Big Ears just putting out of their driveway, and a few other little characters on the picture there, and this lovely display plinth where the model just sits on the front. Now let's just pick the car up and see. Let's move Mr Milko out from the car, and we'll have a look at him in a second. And we've got the milk bottles here which we'll take out as well, and we'll look at those again in a moment. But let's have a look at the vehicle itself, and here we are. So it's Toyland Dairies, and it's quite a heavy model. It's die-cast body or die-cast chassis, so the area holding white is metal. The base there is plastic, black plastic. It says Toyland cars by Lado on the bottom there, but the main body is quite thick and heavy, so the main chassis is metal, but the rest of it really is all plastic. So plastic base, plastic wheels, plastic mud guards, plastic bumper, plastic grille, plastic windshield, plastic steering wheel, plastic seats, plastic base in the back of the truck. So it's a shame really. It's all, there's a lot of plastic involved. It's not just die cast, and I mean it does roll really well. You got to say that it moves incredibly well, and you can hear the wheels spinning around. So and it will go on any surface. I'm just very lightly moving it, and you can see it's going along very well. So yeah, it's a lovely design. The wheels spin very well, and the car moves fantastically. Does just look like the one from the TV series. As I say, it is very heavy for one that's only got a metal chassis, which is quite weird, but there we are. And you've got, I think those are images of a dog running around on the car. It's or maybe it's a cow. No, they're cows. Of course they are, because it's Toyland Dairies. And you've got Milko as the registration number at the back there. Okay, size-wise, what are we looking at? We are looking at 10 centimeters in length. We are looking at 5 centimeters high, which is the top of the windscreen to the bottom of the wheel. And the width-wise, let's measure across the wheels. So we're looking, again, we're looking at 5.5 centimeters from mud guard to mud guard. Okay, so that gives you an idea of the size of the model. As I say, it's a lovely model and does roll very, very well. No other functionalities though, other than the free rolling wheels. Okay, Mr Milko, there he is, Mr Milko. And Mr Milko stands just about 5.5 centimeters tall. Width-wise, because he's holding that bottle with his arm out, is 5 centimeters wide. And depth-wise, we're looking at 2 centimeters, maybe just a tad over, maybe 2.5 centimeters from the end of his nose to the widest point of his back. Mr Milko sits quite nicely inside the car, although he can fall out, so he's not a very tight fit. But he does sit in there quite nicely, as you can see. But it does also come out very, very easily. And then, of course, the milk bottles. So the milk bottles come in groups of 4, and they sit inside the crates, and those crates pop into the back of the van, and that's the milk that Mr Milko will be delivering today. And there we have it, really. So let's just measure these milk bottles for you. Let's take a set out and just measure them. So you're looking at 1.5 centimeters, maybe 10 over, maybe 1 3/4 centimeters tall, and we're looking at 2.5 centimeters in length, because there's 4 bottles together there. And if we measure from the crate, bottom of the crate to the top of the bottle, you're 2.5 centimeters, and the length of the crate, we're looking at just a tad under 3 centimeters. Oh, and width-wise, we're looking at about 1.5 centimeters. So that gives you a scale size, if you like. Not a lovely little model, yeah, it looks the part, and it does look very much like the character from the TV series. Okay, so how well did these do on their original release in 2000, which is nearly 25 years ago? Well, yep, they've done very well. In fact, they've done very well indeed, so that it spawned a second series of these. Noddy's Toyland Adventures at the time was quite a big television series, very popular with the kids, and these cars were all spawned from that television series. And they've done very well their first release, so it spawned a second release, which was released in 2001. 2001 came in slightly different packaging, whereas the figure was separate. They were sitting on an area to the right hand side of the car, and the backdrop, there was no backdrop like you have on this particular model. So the backdrop had gone, and it was just a plain box with a window without the plastic bubble covering the car. It was just a plastic window, the figure was separate, sitting to the right hand side. So there was a second series. I don't think the second series was as popular as the first one, because it was another year later, and I think by the time the next one had come out, the series had come to an end. Yeah, not as popular as the first lot, but this first lot was the most popular, and it did spawn, because of that, the whole series sold out quite quickly, and it did spawn the second series, which bigger quantities were produced, but the sales wasn't as good as the first lot. Now, moving forward, nearly 25 years, how often do these models come up on the platforms? Well, you do see these models come up on platforms, but most of the time it is the 2001 release, so the second release, and you quite simply see that because the figures are sitting separately to the vehicles. So they do come up. It's not very often you see the first release. So these particular ones do not come up that often on the platforms. They do come up, don't get me wrong, from time to time they do. but not as often as Series 2, which do seem to be fairly often available on the platforms. However, Season 1, a different kettle of fish, obviously, because it was the first release with lower numbers, and sold out very quickly. So you do see a few of them come up without the packaging, so ones that have been used or played with. But as I say, in the packaging, like this particular one, which was unopened until we took it out of the box. But otherwise, very rarely you ever see these particular ones on the platforms. However, as you know, we at Midas Touch have found quite a few of these Noddy vehicles and figures, and they are currently available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Noddy In Toyland items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles. Come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I'm absolutely positive that this is something you won't want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you are looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know the next item we upload could be that item we've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful Noddy car with me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next video. So bye for now.